The L1011 is one of the aircraft getting added to PTFS, and people have had some controversial opinions about it. The remodel is finally finished and it looks great. It is an interestingly shaped aircraft with lots of straight lines and smooth curves. Some of the airlines that we get on this plane include Aer Lingus, Air Canada, Air France, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Delta, Iberia, Pan Am and United. There is also a Royal Air Force tanker with two drogues at the back and this plane next to it, which is the Stargazer. Some people have been asking what this bump on the bottom of the L1011 is, and it is a rocket holder. As you can see, there is no rocket. The rocket will not be added as people would probably expect it to drop or have a key that drops it. That is not what the game is about, so the owner has decided to not add it at all, as he wouldn't have to explain to people that this isn't a feature. The interior in the Stargazer is empty, which I guess makes sense, and it still was made to carry a rocket and not people. However, it still has two rows of seats at the front with a big box. The interior on the tanker has seats and a big box in the middle, which is most likely some kind of computer. And the passenger variant is in a normal 222 configuration, which will give you lots of space. The cockpit looks like this, and it is similar to a few planes in PTFS such as the 727 or 707 with this flight engineer panel here and this cockpit which has lots of gauges instead of screens. The plane has a piece of equipment called the SIVA INS system, which is similar to an FMC, but instead of typing in waypoints you would type in the coordinates of where that waypoint is. This is how planes used to navigate around the world before it was simplified for us. One small interesting detail is that the doors do not line up on the L1011. The doors on the left side of the plane are slightly in front of the windows, as you can see here. However, on the right side they are right next to the windows. This is quite interesting, and it is like this in real life, and there is probably a good reason for this, but I was not able to find a reason. People have been calling this plane the DC-10 in game, but let me clarify, this is not a DC-10, this is an L1011. Despite the similarity of being a short trijet, there are still some differences. The L1011 is smoother around the middle engine, whilst the DC-10 is not. The cockpit is also much more linear than the DC-10, with just windows that stick out a little bit. There is still no release date, but there is another plane getting added soon, which I'll be talking about in my next video. Are there any liveries that you wanted to see get added to the L1011 that weren't? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. See you soon.